Ooh. Oh. Hello, Cyrus jump scare. I was busy going ooh to the room and then you appeared in front of me. Good to see you. That's nice. It's a rarity to see you in the flesh like that. But, yeah, this is a nice bedroom. Very spacious. Okay. This is incredible. My assigned room was bigger than the one in my house. I almost feel guilty staying here. I picked up the set of clothes that had been left on the bed as I tried to think of a way to repay Jevite's kindness. How am I supposed to wear this? The tunic and pants were obvious enough. Hey, our girl got her pants. Let's go. As for the loose strips of fabric, was I supposed to wrap them around me? Or maybe they went over the arms.
Lady Cyrus, have you started dressing yet?
Not as such, no.
Very good. I'm coming in.
Hello? Handmaiden. Very helpful.
I have been ordered by King Jevite to assist you with changing into your clothes.
Thanks. I could use the help. I have no idea what's what.
I know what you mean. The clothes you're wearing are just as inscrutable to me. Now, let's get you out of them and... Aye!
What's the matter?
My apologies. I simply wasn't expecting you to disrobe so openly.
Did I do something wrong? I'm so sorry. I just figured since we're both women...
Not at all. I was the one who acted inappropriately by raising my voice. I will take your old set of clothes and see that they're washed.
Thank you. I'm sorry. They're full of sand.
It would have been preferable if you could have met with King Jereme after getting changed. Unfortunately, King Jevite isn't always attentive to such matters. I do apologize. You're an honored guest, yet I've done nothing but complain in front of you. Anyway, let us get started.
I would appreciate it if you could show me how to put these on myself.
Don't worry. It's so simple even a child can do it.
The woman smiled as she politely demonstrated how the outfit was meant to be worn. Now I see. It is simple once I understand where everything goes. Do I need to wrap this sash around my waist?
Not necessarily. It's meant to serve as a color accent to the rest of the outfit. Do you prefer to leave it off?
I would prefer to wear my own belt if that's all right. I carry a sword, and it fits better in that.
A sword?
Is that prohibited in this country?
I don't believe it to be a punishable offense, no. However, I was always taught that women shouldn't handle blades outside of the kitchen, so... Please ask King Jevite directly about what he would prefer. If he gives his approval, then there is no problem.
Right. Thank you. Now I'm worried. I was here as a guard, so I really wanted to have my sword with me, but going against the local norms could stir up trouble. I guess I don't have to figure it out right this second. There was no point in worrying about every little thing when I didn't even know this country's customs. It was like the woman said, I should just ask Jevite directly.
How would you like your hair?
What do you mean?
Do you prefer it down the way it is, or tied up?
The only time I give any thought to my hair is when I'm catering to Mother's whims. Could you tie it up for me? The wind seems awfully strong here, so that would probably be more convenient.
As you wish. Although you have such long and beautiful hair, there are so many things I could do with it. But the rest of your group is waiting, so I'll put it in a simple ponytail for now.
Shoot, I have to hurry.
Not at all. It's more important for you to be presentable. Letting you leave here a mess would be a stain on my reputation as a handmaiden. Besides, it's good to keep the men waiting in these situations.
I like handmaiden.
Cyrus is taking forever. What's she doing in there?
Hey, let's look at their new clothes. Adage is like, she's getting changed, bruh. Love it. Love it. I love this cloak. Very cool. Very, very cool.
She's getting changed.
Obviously, I knew that much. But what's the holdup? Is there really that much she has to do?
There is. She has to get dressed, and style her hair, and put on makeup. All these little efforts we men never see. It's what makes women so lovely.
Lovely? That doesn't sound like her at all. She's never shown any interest in makeup before.
Ulrik knows his girl.
Well, we use only the finest ingredients here. It's top quality.
The way you talk. You remind me an awful lot of someone else I know. It's almost uncanny.
Oh? I'm not really sure how to take that. But as long as you meant well, I'm not offended.
Hey, there she is! She looks so pretty. She's got her locket on still, got her sword, got her hair up in a ponytail. Looks very, very cute. And most importantly, she's got pants below here somewhere. I see you're all ready. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Not at all. The clothes really suit you. Don't they, Ulrik?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Do you think they suit me?
That's not fair. I can tell you're fishing for a compliment. Yes, that outfit looks really good on you.
Yay, we got our first Ulrik blush. I'm glad you think so. I've never worn anything like it before. You look good in yours too, Ulrik.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, I know, nailed it. Moving on.
Well, we should get moving. It'll be night by the time we return, so why don't we eat something in town?
Oh, Jevite, I had a question for you. Would it be alright for me to have my sword with me while we're out? The handmaiden who helped me said I should ask you if it's okay, given the local customs.
Customs? Oh, you don't mean that women shouldn't handle blades outside of the kitchen thing, do you?
I nodded, and Jevite chuckled to himself.
You can relax. That only applies to women who work in the palace. Apparently, there was an incident long ago where a member of a powerful visiting family was slashed by a servant. Ever since then, possession of blades unrelated to one's duties has been prohibited. The custom she mentioned is just a relic of that ban. Her family has worked here for generations, so she doesn't know much beyond the palace. I apologize if she made you feel uncomfortable. But just for safety's sake, I should probably confirm how many of you are armed. The ones with swords were Cyrus and Finn. What about him?
I don't have one. There are a number of items in my toolbox in the buggy, though.
Did you bring your gun, though, Ulrik?
I left my things in my room. I can't be expected to carry it all with me. I see. Well, tomorrow either I or one of the servants can check your belongings.
What a pain.
I know, but security comes first. Please understand.
I mean, it makes sense. You gotta take precautions with these sorts of things. They're already giving you guys, like, a lot of leeway, considering you're complete strangers. Like, they've been very accommodating, which has been a surprise. We followed Jevite through an expansive quarter near the palace. We'd originally entered through a back entrance, so I hadn't noticed before, but the people were lively and the streets were bustling. Occasionally, the wind gusted, kicking up sand and the smells of their culture. It sounds like people celebrating. Out of nowhere, I heard cheers that drew my attention. I wondered if something special was going on and looked around with keen interest. People darted across my field of vision. They appeared to be cheering someone on. One person in particular seemed to be in the middle of the throng. I strained my eyes to see what was going on. Whoa! Who are you? There was a circle of people surrounding a smiling woman wearing dazzling clothes. She walked slowly and gracefully as the others followed alongside her. It almost looked like they were trying to protect her. The crowd was growing steadily, and so was the excitement. Was she a member of the nobility or something? Questions filled my heart. Jevite, what on earth?
Ah, don't worry about it. This sort of thing happens all the time.
Don't worry about it?
You're curious about the woman, right? Me too.
Oh, also, hello, Finn. We've got to see you in your outfit now.
Why are you trying to get away? Did something happen between you two? I'm not trying to get away. It sure seems like you're hiding something. Alright, don't everyone gang up on me at once. Fine, I'll tell you. That procession there is for the most popular person in our whole country. The Queen Mother, Maeve.
Queen Mother?
Oh, do you not have that term where you're from? It might be hard to understand outside of a monarchy.
I think I get it. The queen is the king's wife, right?
The king's wife? So in other words... Yeah, let's be smart about this. The Queen Mother would be the late king's wife. Is she the late king's wife?
Yes, very good. The Queen Mother is the consort to the former king. She tends to go out among the people like this whenever she can find time. I think she sometimes hands out money or goods. What do you mean you think? You talk like she's a stranger. Yes, well, I don't exactly approve of her methods. The way she wastes time parading around the streets, only handing out goodies to those in dire straits. Hard workers who don't have the time to follow her around don't get anything, even though they're the ones who keep this country running. It's a real shame. Those people could benefit from her too. The shops would profit if she spent that money there instead of handing it out. And if her name came up in the course of business, people would think more highly of her. Enough good deeds like that, and she would develop a reputation as the charitable Queen Mother. I think it would be a wonderful thing.
I sensed some sarcasm in Jevite's voice when he used the term good deeds. Are you opposed to charity for the people, Jevite?
Depends on the form it takes. I think help should be given to struggling small businesses, and jobs should be given to people looking for work. But there's no reason to give handouts to people who refuse to do anything. It only invites degeneracy. Isn't it absolutely ridiculous that the only ones who are treated well are those who don't make any effort? That's how I feel, at least. I just don't understand what's in that woman's heart.
The Queen Mother and her entourage passed by us as we stood there talking. Am I to assume this isn't his mother? Maybe just another one of the late king's wives? The strange part was that she didn't stop or even look in our direction. King Jevite was standing right here, but she didn't seem to notice at all. I started to get an uncomfortable feeling, like maybe she had purposefully ignored him.
She seems to be enjoying herself well enough, so we should leave her alone and be on our way. This is a big country, and I have lots to show you.
Jevite said as he started walking again without waiting for a response. Well, I sense some underlying drama there.
It seems to be a touchy subject for him.
Me and Adage on the same wavelength. We all exchanged looks. It seemed like everyone was thinking the same thing. Okay, we're all on the same page here. I'm a little concerned, but if he doesn't want to talk about it... Everyone has secrets that they don't share with others. Not to mention we had only just met earlier that day. We were in no position to expect him to divulge anything. We followed after Jevite, leaving the Queen Mother's cheering crowd behind us. Alright. We'll put a pin in that for right now. And the day passed.
Well, that took quite a while. It's already getting late. I showed you some of the highlights, so why don't we grab a bite? Sorry, I mean have dinner and then return to the palace. We can stop at one of the shops around here. The best night spot in Cainabel is... this way. Follow me.
Ooh. Other new background. Quite lively here, isn't it? Look at all those bananas in the corner, my goodness.
If the palace is the face of Cainabel, then this is its stomach. You can get cheap, delicious food here day or night. And not only that, as I'm sure you can see, you can buy trinkets and daily necessities too. It's common to see young people here debating the issues.
You come here often, even though you're king.
It seems strange if you ask me. Saint Yune, the most revered person in the Heights, never steps out in public unless it's for official business. Maybe it doesn't work like that in this country.
Well, I guess I'm just special. Or a heretic. As second prince, it could be my carefree nature, or naivete, or hobby, or personality, or... We get it. Ah, thanks for that. I don't always know when to stop. Anyway, it's a matter of preference. My older brother prefers quiet. He never has time to go out and have fun, unlike me. Come to think of it, it's great being the second son. I could never follow in that man's footsteps. Anyway, enough serious talk. Let's get something to eat. What sort of food do you like?
Let me think. Ooh. Well, for Ulrik, this is easy. Something sweet. I wonder... I think local specialty would probably be Adage, and traditional would be Finn, potentially? Although one of these could be Jevite as well. I gotta remember that this boy is also dateable. He's just, like, not on my radar at all. I'm like, only Ulrik matters, guys. But anyway, I think I can't go wrong with something sweet. No increase in affection. Interesting. I'm a little tired from being in this strange environment, so I'd like something sweet.
Me too. Sweets always perk me right up.
Okay, so even though your bar didn't increase, you approve. But you eat them even when you're not tired.
Shut up. You're starting to sound like Elt.
Something sweet, huh? How about here? A round of baklava for us, my fair lady.
Coming right up!
I never said I wanted any. But you've never tried it, have you? Think of it as a new experience.
Here you go! 5 baklava dripping with syrup.
It looks so good. Thanks. Keep the change.
Oh, I can pay.
Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go.
Cyrus, honey, it's very sweet, but I don't think you have the currency that's used here.
Much obliged. Hope to see you again soon.
Please let me pay you back. And for our accommodations as well.
With what?
I was given a stipend for our expedition. I have a number of precious gems to cover expenses.
Gems, you say? Let me see.
I opened a small pouch that I had hidden under my clothes and took out the largest gem to show him. Jevite held it up in front of his face between his thumb and finger. The light spilling out of the shops reflected off its surface, making it sparkle.
I see. That's worth about 1 head of cattle.
Are you saying it's poor quality?
Actually, gems just aren't worth very much in Cainabel. We have a mine, after all. You can't fill an empty stomach with gems, so food and water are much more valuable.
Interesting. I see. These would fetch a high price in the depths, so I thought I could trade them here.
Don't look so down. You may not realize it, but your very presence here has value. If we can learn more about your country in return for taking care of you, I consider that a bargain.
So you want information? You wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive, would you?
What do you mean? I can't let you stay in the palace without some form of compensation, and isn't a cultural exchange what you're after anyway? This is a win-win. Even so, I can't be with you at all times. I'll have allowances prepared for each of you by tomorrow. You can spend them on whatever you like, as long as you don't go crazy. Like buying an elephant or something.
An elephant? I don't know what that is, but thank you very much. We'll be sure to spend it wisely.
Walking and eating is a lot harder with 5 people than when I'm by myself. Why don't we sit down in that stairway over there? Aren't there any tables we could sit at? Or at least benches? Chairs, even. It'll be hard to accommodate the 5 of us at this time of night. Things will clear out in a few hours, but then you'll have all the drunk men to contend with. We've got a girl with us, so that makes us an appealing target.
I'll be fine. I deal with troublemakers all the time in my line of work, so I'm used to it.
How unfortunate. That should be a man's job.
A man's job? Well, I guess the police force is overwhelmingly made up of men. It seems that you treat people differently according to their gender in this country.
What do you mean?
As far as professional and behavioral expectations, your soldiers all seem to be men, and just now you said my work was a man's job.
Ah, yes. Jobs that require strength and stamina are mostly done by men. Thanks to our late king's gender equality initiative, the separation here isn't as bad as in other countries. As a man myself, I simply don't like to see women put in dangerous situations.
As a man?
Yes, because you're so precious. In fact, you might be my favorite.
Uh-huh. What?
Wait a second! You can't say that sort of thing to her. She doesn't know anything.
Ulrik's like, whoa, 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 cover her ears, quick.
She doesn't. What does that mean?
It was illegal for people living in the Heights to choose their own romantic partners until 2 years ago. Punishable by law.
Illegal? That's absurd. Love can't be constrained by the government.
Oh, it was, though. It was.
Royal families and nobility in need of an heir are one thing, but it wouldn't be possible to enforce among the common citizens.
It was possible on the Heights. Everything is strictly controlled there. Just because it was possible didn't make it right, though. That law has been abolished now.
Control. Control how?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger!
It's important to understand our cultural differences. You're the one who brought it up. Tell me everything you can, no matter how trivial.
It's not something that ever affected me, so I don't know much about it. Just that the Heights is a place where the population can't grow too large or too small. It's been that way forever, so it was a custom everyone followed. Until just recently, that is. Ugh, why do I have to be the one to explain this? You take over.
Who, me? Alright. I'm not completely ignorant, though.
You're not?
Looking at Ulrik seems to have calmed me down.
Yeah? Why is that, Cyrus? And what do you mean by, like, I'm not ignorant? I know about love and things, because she was like, babies come from the temple in the first game. I remember that clearly. Maybe girl's done some reading in the last 2 years. Some of Adage's novels or something. He just lent her his books. Let's find out.
I decided to focus on the explanation rather than on what Jevite had said about me. After taking a moment to gather my thoughts, I began speaking. Up until 2 years ago, citizens of the Heights were legally required to marry whichever partner was selected for them. But with the change in our political system, we were granted the freedom to choose our own partners. That said, changing our established customs has been a challenge. Seminars promoting the new system were held all over the country.
What the hell? That sounds sketchy.
They were completely respectable. The seminars were held each weekend over 10 weeks, covering topics like love, marriage, childbirth, and even raising children.
You went to those? All 10 of them?
My mother kept pestering me too. Even with the Heights and the depths turned completely upside down, you still can't find love, so please go, she told me. Damn.
It seems they weren't helpful.
No, they weren't. She gave up hope of me finding love on my own and started insisting I meet with suitors. But I still learned a lot. I might even know more than the rest of you.
What are you acting all proud about, idiot?
You're so adorable. My interest is growing by the second. A prohibition on the freedom to love. If you ban something, people will only want it more. I agree with you there. At least concerning the prohibition of erotic books.
Adage!
Huh. From the way you're blushing, it sounds like you know what I'm talking about. I guess that makes sense, considering you went to all those seminars.
See, I told you those books were gonna come back.
It's not like I went for fun. Ugh. Were you even listening to me?
You're so cute. Damn, and you're scary. I hate to break up the festivities, but I think it's about time we got back to the palace.
Finn's like, I'm ready to punch this guy in the face. Ah. Ay, ay, ay. Jevite's trying to make them plays. Little does he know these guys have been trying for like 2 years at this point.
Well, I'm going to turn in now.
You've been a wonderful host. Thank you for everything.
Of course. May your days in Cainabel be full and satisfying. Good night.
Full and satisfying. I guess we need to start planning our next steps tomorrow.
Can it wait until the day after? I may not look it, but I'm exhausted.
Same here. I feel like I could sleep for a week. There's no harm in resting for a day, is there? I'm alright either way. But it sounds like other people want tomorrow off.
Okay. We only just started this expedition, and I don't want us getting burned out.
I know what you're like. I don't want you trying to work in secret tomorrow, okay?
I won't.
I don't believe you. You're a chronic workaholic. You know Cyrus better than anyone, right? Keep an eye on her.
Keep an eye on me? I expect you to take the day off too, Finn. Finn? What's wrong?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought.
Were you now? That's just like you. You never complain, even when you're tired.
Well, excuse me for whining all the time.
There's nothing wrong with complaining. Keeping things bottled up is toxic. Sharing your troubles is a sign of trust. I wish you would do that more, Finn. It must be difficult for you, working so hard all the time.
Damn, she's like, I wish, Finn, why can't you be more like like Ulrik and just complain more?
I'm sorry. It's because you spoil her.
Shut up. Finn is so sassy. I love it. He's just like, I'm done with all your shit.
At least you're in good spirits.
Well, why don't we all say goodnight now? I'll see you tomorrow, everyone.
Yeah. Good night.
Hey, we got our cloak hung up with our sword. One thing I always loved in this game is if Cyrus had her sword, it goes up in a piece of the room somewhere.
What a long day. I took off my equipment, let down my hair, and changed out of my clothes. A feeling of liberation combined with exhaustion overtook me. Apparently, I was just as tired as everyone else. I wonder how far this country is from the heights. I never would have guessed there was a place like this beyond the fog and across the desert. Then again, I didn't even realize there was a fog or a desert. The world was full of things I didn't know. To think, if I had been born in a different time or different circumstances, getting to experience unknown wonders that never would have crossed my path otherwise made me incredibly happy. Oh no, now I want to go out and explore more. I crawled into bed as if to restrain myself. It felt softer than I had imagined, like being enveloped by pure cotton. I'll bet I sleep well tonight. Great job today. Good night.